Welcome back, you beautiful people. It is December 2022, so naturally we're taking a look at what happened in November 2022 in real estate in Ottawa. As always, when you love these videos, hit that like button. There should be a love button on them. Would be wonderful. Share this with anybody who you think might be interested in keeping up to date with the things that are happening. And of course, subscribe to the channel so you can keep up to date with the different listings before they actually hit MLS that we've got coming up. Without further ado, let's just jump right into it. It has been a doozy of a year, 2022, in real estate in Ottawa. November, as it stands by itself, you can see the number of sales is down by almost 42%, less sales happening. The average price also down by 3.7%. The inventory is up, so number of sales is down. Therefore, of course, inventory is up. But interesting to note is November 2022 versus October 2022, the number of inventory month over month is down, but we typically compare things to year over year. We have 3.47 months of inventory, so 3.5 months worth of inventory. It is still technically a seller's market until we hit that 4-month mark. There are people calling it a balanced market right now, and it certainly feels like one, but we are on the way out of a seller's market that we've had for the last 2 or 3 years. And that is simply the information about the month of November. As far as the year to date goes, we have sold 25% less homes in 2022 versus 2021. That is 75% of the total houses that sold in 2021, only 75% of them are selling in 2022. That's a drastic decrease. Of course, the average price has gone up, and that was carried by a really strong first half of the year. The average price, like I said, is down by $3,000 this month after seeing a $20,000 drop the month before. But before that, we had a $9,000 increase. So we're talking about a $115,000 drop over the course of probably 9 months or so, and we've seen 7 straight rate increases. So the two of those are certainly commensurate. We're going to move over the next 6 months, and the prices are really going to look like they're dropping because we're comparing back to the beginning of 2022, which was just bonkers in terms of average prices. We can break it down and talk first about the residential side. You can see the number of sales there is down by 40% during the month of November. The average price is down by 5.2. Inventory is up, okay, almost 150% of the inventory that we had last year. But again, you can see month over month, when we're comparing it to the month before, we actually have less inventory than we saw in October. Same thing in terms of the seller's market, on the tail end of a seller's market, 3.5 months worth of inventory. Again, a balanced market is anywhere between 4 and 6 months of inventory, and then a buyer's market is 6 or more. That is debatable. There are people who have different indications about that. Year to date on the residential side, you can see, like I said, we're down by 25% in terms of the number of sales, but the average price is up by 7.6%. Again, really carried by a strong start to the year. On the residential side, we saw a month-over-month increase of $3,000 after a $40,000 drop last month and a $1,000 increase before that. But we're looking at about $180,000 dropped in terms of price over the last 8 months. So the sellers are getting worried. Less sales are happening. The sellers are saying, look, I'm not going to sell it unless I get this particular price. And the buyers are feeling the squeeze and just waiting. A lot of people are just waiting on the sidelines, waiting to see what happens. Okay, we just had a most recent rate increase by another 0.5%. It might be one of the last. I don't think we'll see another 0.5%. If we see another one, it might be another quarter or another quarter times 2, but spread out over a longer period of time. The number of condos. So we're shifting into a condo conversation right now. Almost 50% of the condos that we sold in November in 2021 were sold in 2022. So a drastic decrease in the number of sales as well as a drop in the average price. You can see the inventory is more, but it's not as much more as we saw on the residential side. And again, it's less than it was last month. The months of inventory, again, it's 3.5 months of inventory. It's still the tail end of a seller's market or a very weak seller's market, transitioning towards a buyer's market. On the condo side, you can see here year to date, we've sold 22.8% less condos, and the average price of a condo has gone up by 8%. Again, that has been carried by a really strong beginning of the year. The condo segment saw the monthly fluctuation last year around this time, where we'd see, average prices go up by 10, 20, $30,000 and then fall the following month by, 25 or $35,000. We dropped $30,000 month over month after a 5K decrease, but a 29K increase before that. So the drop hadn't hit the condo segment as hard as it hit the residential segment, but with more buyers waiting on the wings, the condo might be seeing that echo drop that the residential section saw earlier this year. So if any of this is of importance to you, please feel free to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share with some people who are interested. We're more than happy to sit down and talk with you and your family about what this all means to you. If you're buying, if you're selling, if you're both buying and selling, moving up or moving down, all of these different things will play in differently. Team and I would be more than happy to sit down and chat with you about all of this. And until then, keep it real, collective.